Come with me if you want to live. Alright, what is up my friends? Happy New Year! Happy New Year 2021 is upon us, and we're starting off the year with a bang. This is one of the most amusing decks I've seen in a long time. This is a modern deck by Diablo XSC, and this deck went 5-0 in a Magic Online League, and it looks freaking awesome. Has the look of kind of the old Grixis decks. If you know, a few years back in Modern, just Grixis like stuff was very popular. Kolaghan's Command, Jace, Vryn's Prodigy, Thought Scour, and that was those kind of cards and the kind of fair stuff. Whether it was Grixis Delver or Grixis Control or whatever it was, Grixis stuff was very, very popular. Has waned in the last few years with all the new cards that are printed, but this takes that deck in a very unexpected direction. Of course, Liquimetal Coating is a card usually seen in Karn, the Great Creator sideboards. 2-mana artifact, tap to make a permanent into an artifact until end of turn. Okay, so usually Karn decks play one of these in the sideboard. You can go grab it. Then you can use Karn to make a land into an artifact. And then with Liquimetal Coating, opposite. You Liquimetal Coating a land into an artifact. Then you use Karn to make it into a creature. And because it is a 0 mana cost, it dies immediately. So essentially, Liquimetal Coating, tap, plus a Karn +1 is Stone Rain, repeatedly over and over again. So usually we see the Coating as a one-of in Karn sideboards. It is a little slow because you play the Karn, you can then wish for the Coating, then next turn you need to play the Coating and then activate the Karn all safely, which is not an easy thing to do necessarily, but usually a one-of. But this deck takes it a whole bunch of steps further. Of course, Liquimetal Coating can turn things into artifacts, and if you ever played Scars of Mirrodin Draft, it was good to turn your opponent's non-artifacts into artifacts and then shatter them. I know, it's really riveting stuff here, right? So, Abrade, of course, is just shatter. It's also a lightning bolt, destroy target artifact. Kolaghan's Command, which is a very solid card that has shatter attached to it. And now we have a bunch of shatters in our deck. So, Liquimetal Coating ends up turning our shatters into Vindicates, right? So, we have 2 mana, destroy target permanent. Or we have 3 mana, destroy target permanent and return a creature or discard a card or whatever it is. So, that's pretty powerful as well, but still not really there yet. I think we need to go a little bit more over the top because you got to make sure this Coating is worth it. If we draw Coating and don't have Kolaghan's Command or Abrade, it doesn't do anything. So to go completely over the top, we have the new card from Zendikar Rising, pretty new, Thieving Skydiver. You've been playing Vintage Cube at all in the last week or two, like I know I have. This card's pretty annoying. In Vintage Cube, you to steal their Moxen or their Soul Ring. Well, Thieving Skydiver can steal an artifact that costs X or less with a kicker cost. Well, with Coating, that can be anything. You can steal their Death Shadow, you can steal their land, you can steal their Urza's Tower, you can steal their Tarmogoyf, you can steal their whatever, basically. So, really, really cute interaction here of Thieving Skydiver, stealing their stuff. A lot of cool synergy here between Jace allowing you to recast your Abrades and your Kolaghan's commands, while also being a good card. And then we have Kolaghan's Command can rebuy your Jaces or your Thieving Skydivers, which you can then recast again. We have Graveyard Synergy here with our Thought Scours and stuff to fill up our graveyard, as well as Lurrus of a Dream Den, just being played straight up here as a way to recur our Coatings or our Jaces and things like that. And this deck just looks super cool. It's a super good confluence of cards that are already good. Thoughtseize, Jace, Kolaghan's Command, Abrade, with a pretty cool theme and enough things to work with the theme. And of course, we just have Karn. So our sideboard has Batterskull, Ensnaring Bridge, Damping Sphere, Tormod's Crypt, etc., which is also a proven concept in Modern as well. Sideboard got some usual cards here, Aether Gust, Collective Brutality. I'm stoked to play this deck. This deck seems super, super cool. I'm pumped to start the new year with a little Grixis Liquimetal. But first, a quick word from our sponsors at CoolStuffInc.com.
Cool Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
Round 1, let's roll. Hand it's fine. Obviously, we hope our opponent's playing creatures here. We're in the draw. It's definitely not great. But we have the Bauble, we have like a pseudo scry with the fetch. I think we can keep this. It's not super great, but I think we can keep. Blooming Marsh. Young Wolf. Okay, I guess this is the what's the name of that? Yawgmoth is the name of that card. Undying combo deck. Sure. So we're gonna Bauble ourselves, and our top card is a Jace, Vryn's Prodigy. Definitely like that card. So let's play Delta and say go. Just draw a Jace. I'm like somewhat familiar with this deck. It's based around if you put a what's it called? A Yawgmoth into play, and you can like sacrifice things to put counters on it indefinitely and stuff. Kind of a real fringe deck, but all right, we're not going to be fatal pushing any of these creatures. So let's go get probably a Blood Crypt. Because you get more blue, maybe just Steam Vents. Just get Steam Vents, just get a Swamp, honestly. Play our Jace. Nothing to kill yet. We'll want to leave up, I think, mana for the Yawgmoth. I'm not super familiar with this deck. I kind of like know it exists, but I'm not super familiar with exactly what it does. Get Swamp. Play Jace. Next turn we have a Abrade, Fatal Push, and Cling Up. So, I believe we have Grafdigger's Cage in our sideboard, right? No Grafdigger's Cage. I suppose Needle would stop the combo, though, so. Alright, pretty easy block on the old 1/1s here. Wall of Roots. And a land. Okay. Liquimetal Coating. That's pretty nice. It's not there yet, but we can actually, if we cast the Coating this turn, then we can start killing lands with Karn next turn, which is pretty awesome. We can also flip our Jace. Which will allow for a Abrade. So we can also, we're leaving up Fatal Push for Yawgmoth as well. I don't think that matters. I should really look up text on Yawgmoth. Sorry, folks. Yawgmoth Thran Physician. Black, 2, legendary creature, 2/4, pro-humans. Pay 1 life, sack a creature, put a -1/-1 counter on up to 1 target creature, and draw a card. So, because they have 2, so they want to sacrifice 1 and put a -1 counter on something and draw a card, then sacrifice the other 1 and put a -1/-1 counter on that one, so it can undying, so they can loop. It can keep drawing cards and losing life. They need 2 in play, so we can Fatal Push to break it up. So that actually works. The question now is, do I want to flip Jace or not, or do I want to just loot? Cling to Dust is also pretty fine here. We obviously can't do everything if we're playing Coating. So the big question is, do I want to play a fetch and crack it? Which I can't because I have to play Fatal Push in their turn. Never mind. We're just gonna play land, so you go. After play land, play Coating, so you go. So Coating, of course, by itself doesn't actually do anything, but we'll just say go. So they play Nurturing Peterland. They probably have the Yawgmoth. They're deciding if they want to go for it or not. Looks like they're going to go to combat first. Sure. Jace is a formidable blocker. They're going to attack with only 1. Block. Sure. And say go. Okay, so they have Chord of Calling. That's what they're up to here. I can only assume Chord for 4. So we need to keep up our Fatal Push effect, which means we can't play Karn. However, we do have a Brave, which is pretty cool. So we can start working on their lands. So we're not gonna crack fetch here. So let's draw a bunch of cards in response. So we'll just untap. Are we gonna loot? We kind of like all of our cards, but I guess we just want to loot anyway. So we'll just loot. All right, cool. So they're going to go for it now. No? Yes. So they're going to go for it now, which is great for us. We actually already have the push. So we're going to Chord of Calling for 4, which is fine. They get Yawgmoth. So here's the Yawgmoth. 4 mana, 2/4. Pay 1 life, sack creature, put a -1/-on counter on another creature, draw a card. So they're going to target my Jace to kill it. That's kind of annoying. The Undying happens first. Sorry, folks. I'm just like figuring out this combo on the fly. I've never actually really seen it before. So, pay 1 life, sack creature, put a -1 counter creature, and draw a card. So, Undying, the thing comes back. If you were to push in response to this, they could sack Young Wolf. That comes back as a 2/2. Then sack. I don't think they get. As long as the thing's in the graveyard, I think we're fine. So we gotta get a duel here, which is fine. Fatal Push the Yawgmoth. They sack the Wolf. Now we're just all in. So Wolf comes back. But now they can't get the -1/-on counter on the Wolf, so it just dies. Cool. Alright, we're gonna discard probably a Bauble here. I guess Cling is kind of worse, honestly. I guess Cling is actually pretty interactive. So now they have 3 cards left. So they have these 2 Young Wolves in play that are 2/2s now. We can like Abrade one of them because they need 2 persisty things in play to go off, so they can like go back and forth. So 3 cards in hand. We can just make one into a creature, shatter it, and play Darkslick Shores. Can't really play Karn. We aren't really able to use it effectively yet. So yeah, we're just gonna shatter one of these wolves. Leave Cling to Dust up and play lands they go. I guess I didn't need to shatter the wolf. Just like sure, whatever. I could have just abraded it, but whatever, sure. It's more fun that way. Say go with Cling up. Alright, so they have a land. Black for Geralf's Messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. And 3 mana for Eldritch Evolution. So now they have the combo again, but we have the Cling to Dust, so it's okay. So they have Yawgmoth. They pay a life. They sack the messenger. Trying to put a counter. So now they're trying to put a counter on the young wolf. So they can sacrifice it to persist again. They just chain back and forth. We have the Cling to Dust. So that's pretty cool. So we gain 3 life. We lose. The messenger's gone. Now they're locked up again. Unfortunately, we don't actually have an answer to the board at the moment. But all right, so Thieving Skydiver. So Let's read Undying. Undying is whenever a creature dies, if it no counters on it, returns to the battlefield under its owner's control. So if we steal the wolf and they kill it, they get it back, which is not ideal. We could always just Karn for a Pithing Needle. They would be able to kill the Karn. But then next turn, if we can thieve one of their things with the coating, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, we can't steal the wolf. They get to sacrifice it too. One more land and we can steal the Yawgmoth. This has been a really complicated first game. Sideboard, we have Tormod's Crypt, Batterskull, Soul Guide Lantern, Needle, another Coating, Bridge, Damping Sphere. So Needle does turn off the Yawgmoth, which is obviously a pretty big game. It costs us our entire Karn though, which is tough. And they are, we are at 13. They are kind of killing us. I think that's fine though. We have Cling in our graveyard. We can draw a card or two. So we'll take our Needle, shock in and name Yawgmoth. And we will say go. On their upkeep, we're going to port one of their lands, their Coating too. Make the land into a artifacts. They can't use it. Not targeting Peter land because they might just crack it in response. So target that. I guess I could just attack the Karn, but sure. They're going to attack the Peter land, sure. So they have a artifact land that can't be used. They have plenty to kill Karn here, but I think we're still fine. Now their combo's pretty neutered. I'm not sure if they have Abrupt Decay, things like that in their deck. I guess they have Quarter Calling, which will probably get a Reclamation Stage, but all right, they have a Scavenging Ooze. We can actually steal the Ooze though, with our Skydiver, which is pretty awesome. All right, so they Scavenging Ooze, Exile, and Cling to Dust, which is a little annoying, but sure. We can just steal the Ooze. It's unfortunate they didn't grow it actually, because a 3/3 Ooze would actually be pretty nice here, but yeah, we'll just steal the Ooze. And then we'll Thought Scour. So X is going to be 2. Why does it have the cool artifact frame when it's small, but not when it's big? I don't know. Give me that. That's mine. They're going to eat my Fatal Push in response to the Ooze. Sure. So we'll take that. Hilarious. And I guess we could do Thought Scour here, because if we hit a tap land we want to play, we can just play with tap land. Yeah, sure. That's fair. Cool. I guess keeping the land in our hands also possible, because we do have Jace in our deck, but we're kind of mana hungry. If we draw a card and want to use it immediately or things like that. All right, so we're going to attack with their 2/4. We could just block here and trade off. Yeah, I like that. Our creatures aren't very valuable. It's just a 2/2 and a 2/1. So we got Welkin Turn and Grizzly Bears. And then once the Yawgmoth's off the battlefield, they can't just spike a Reclamation Stage and get us. Graph's Messenger, sure, that's pretty good. So the card does beat down, and they have land and they have else. They're all out. We need to draw some spells here. We draw a Kolaghan's Command. That's a spell. That is definitely a spell. This can return Jace. I feel dumb for not keeping that card in my hand. Yeah, a little bit. We also return Thieving Skydiver. The thing is that stealing their Undying things and just get it back eventually anyway. We could steal one of their lands. We can activate Scavenging Ooze. That's kind of awesome. So we would like... The thing is, we don't want to kill the messenger yet. So we can buy back Skydiver. Shatter. It's like nothing worth shattering, honestly. Then steal. If we try and steal a land, we can't use it. They can just tap it. Wow, this is a ridiculous game. It's probably to get back Jace, honestly. It would just like kill the Elvish Deep Shadow, get back Jace, take 3 next turn. I'm a little concerned with our life total for sure, but all right. So let's we're just gonna shock. Return a creature shock. We'll kill Elves of Deep Shadow, I guess. So return Jace, kill Elves of Deep Shadow. Not ideal, obviously, but play Jace and just say go. Next turn, you can do the whole block and flip thing, too. Maybe. We'll see if we want to use the Jace or not, too. The Jace, honestly, -2/-0 is pretty good here, too. So, all right, take some damage. Go to 6. End turn. We also get Batterskull if you should find a Karn, too. So, untap. Draw. Oh, there's Karn. We can Karn for... Karn for Ensnaring Bridge, honestly, and just kill all their lands and then kill them. That's kind of cool, too, honestly. Because we can't actually cast it yet, but... we could flashback Kolaghan's command, steal the messenger, or steal a land. Let's just loot. You give it +2. All right, discard a land. So we can just plus on messenger and just start destroying lands, and then untap and make us Batterskull. Gavin used holding the fort here, you know? And yeah, we'll just kill lands, I think. All right, so say go. We're at 6. Getting Batterskull like kind of saves us from like getting cheesed out by like double messenger. No, it's game. That was a sweet game. That was definitely a sweet game. Definitely really cool. All right, so we need to not die to their combo shenanigans. Which you're pretty good at, honestly. Just a bunch of discard spells and a bunch of removal spells. They have a Scavenging Ooze, which makes Lurrus a little less exciting. Kind of interested in Thoughtseize, just kind of keep them broken up. Brutality's okay. It's weird because like we don't really want to kill their creatures, so they all have Undying. Ashiok's kind of cool. Ashiok turns off Cord. I guess like it doesn't really interrupt the combo because the exiling sorcery speed. Let's bring in Thoughtseize, 19 lands. Kind of like a Lurrus, I think. Just leave it like that. Yeah, I mean, Aether Gust is like definitely fine. It's not super exciting. Could have Veil of Summer in their board. That'd be pretty annoying. Don't really have a way to stop that. I think this is fine. I'm not exactly sure how I want to board. I do think Veil of Summer is pretty annoying, but not like a ton we can do about it, so. Alright, sounds great. Jace is a good card. Definitely gets overshadowed by Snapcaster Mage, but Jace Vryn's Prodigy is a pretty sweet Magic card. Alright, opponent keeps 7. They're playing a Kalani card on turn 1, sure. Get a plant. Let me draw Inquisition. That's a pretty good draw too. Let's bobble ourselves and see if we want to play a fetch or a shock. Our knockout is Darkslick Shores. Don't really need to draw that, honestly. I'm just gonna get a it's a swamp here. Yeah, sure. Take a look, and they've got Chord, Evolution, Cutthroat. So maybe we do want the Ashioks, honestly. So we'll take Cutthroat. I mean, their Evolutions don't do anything right now. Or their Chord. We'll take the Cutthroat. Cutthroat's their 2-drop. I don't actually have our removal spell yet. I'll take Cutthroat. Their hand's like pretty slow. And just there you go. Next turn we can Thoughtseize or Skydiver. We draw a card off our Bauble, which is great. Kolaghan's Command's great. Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Attack for 0. Respect it. Respect it. Gotta send a message. Just gonna play Jace. Now we can like double discard next turn if we want to with a Thoughtseize and then a Jace flip. They're going to play an Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. And they're going to evolution their 0-1 into, it has to be, it could be a 2-drop. A Wall of Roots. Sure. Pretty good with Quarter Calling, but now we're going to tear their hand apart. So untap and draw Kolaghan's Command. Like to flash back. I guess we'll Thoughtseize first before we loot. Yeah, we'll start there. Start with Thoughtseize. Their hand is Chord, Evolution. So you can't take everything. I think Evolution is the worst one. So we'll take Chord, I guess. Take Chord. Loot. Kolaghan's Command honestly isn't great here. Yeah. Let's do that. Recast Inquisition. Take the other Chord. So now they have exactly Evolution, Catacombs. We have Delta. We say go. So they can Evolution their Wall of Roots into a 4-drop if they want to. They have like Questing Beasts, that could be kind of good. All right, they drew a Young Wolf, which is pretty good. So they can Evolution their Young Wolf. Pretty good draw. But then you get a Dryad Arbor. Interesting. They're going to sack the Wall of Roots. Am I dead? No. They don't have another creature. Yeah, they're not there yet. Pretty good draw, though. Pretty good draw. Now we just need one more Undying creature and they win. Which I guess is like still kind of a tall order, but we're going to get a Steam Vents. All right, just lets them draw 2 cards. Sure. Yes, they need 2 Undying creatures to go off. We need to stop that, though. It's taking a long time, this game. Trying to figure out this deck. So, untap, draw, Karn. Karn doesn't really do a ton. We need that 4th or 5th mana for Karn to be really good. We can just, like... Plus targeting Yawgmoth. Don't really have much to do here, honestly. We could like play. I mean, we could just like play Karn and pray. If they have it, we just lose. I mean, they just need any Undying creature though. I guess I can play Karn and get Tormod Script. That's like a safe way to sort of hedge a little bit, because they can't with Tormod Script in play. They can't beat 2 things. I could have just left the land in play. That was bad. I should have left the land in play with Urborg. That was stupid. Minor mistake there. Play Karn. Just get Tormod scripts. And play it. And say go. They're going to sacrifice the wolf, targeting itself to just draw a card, make it 2/2. Sure. All right. So, I mean, let's take a shot at Karn, but, or Jace. Black in the pool. They're going to proliferate. That's cute. This is very much like a very cute deck. It's the kind of deck where, like, if you know it really, really, really well, you can definitely do well with it, but it's like really, really weird and obtuse in a lot of ways. So they're just going to proliferate twice? No, play Wall of Roots. Okay. Kill Karn, sure. Another Karn, sure. So we can like Abrade this young wolf. They can like sacrifice. Now they can't really get it back off of anything. So you can just Abrade the young wolf and shrink the Yawgmoth and just chill for a turn and try and get them into a spot where we can just play Karn safely. They'll sack the wolf and then draw a card off of it, but I think that's fine. So they can't proliferate anymore. Let's let it die. Sure. We could flashback Thoughtseize here, but I don't think we want to do that. And we're not going to play a Naked Skydiver, so we'll just say go. Those are complicated games. This deck is very, very weird. Right, well, it looks like they got nothing, so that's pretty cool. Thoughtseize. If we Thoughtseize, we can't play Karn, though. So I think we're just playing. I mean, they could have a Chord here, which would be pretty bad for us. Actually be kind of devastating, but I think we're just playing Karn. Play Karn plus. So they have core, we can defend it. Maybe getting Coating's better, actually. Yeah, maybe I should have gotten Coating. They have core, we're in bad shape anyway. I mean, now we can maybe Jace. Now we just kind of have everything. I think we're in good shape. Get Coating. Play Coating. Flashback Abrade on the Yawgmoth. Not the cleanest match of all time. Definitely kind of learning the deck a little bit. You know, I'm trying to figure out my opponent's deck at the same time, but his deck is super sweet. Strangleroot Geist? That's kind of guess. Gonna kill Jace here? Yeah, sure. Playing more of that game from another Abrade. What are we doing here? We can play Jace. They obviously nothing in their hand. We can't thieve the Geist. We can like... We could like kill the Geist and just Tormod script in response to the Undying. Just kind of like conservative, but just kill more lands too. Because I didn't need to do this now. I could have just like done it on their turn, but whatever. It's a little F6 value because our clock's really low. I think we're in really good shape. So end step, Veil of Summer. Hilarious. And that draws a card. Sure. Nice Abrade. Can't Veil of Summer that one. Birds of Paradise. You got it. Stronger Rootgeist. That's annoying, but sure, whatever. Thought Scour. Okay. We just leave the Jace back to block. Two. Could steal Wall Roots actually. Thought Scour for Thought Scour. I can't steal Wall Roots now. Sure. I'm just trying to play fast and not doing a very good job of it. This is fine. Whatever. Just kill land. Leave a Kolaghan's command. Block. Say go. Block. I guess I could just loot. That's even better. And plus here. And just say go with Kolaghan's command up. Looks like they're trying to cord, maybe. They cord for a Yawgmoth. That's like pretty good. Sure. Cool, they questing beast in their deck. Nope, there's Yawgmoth. So they only have one undying creature though, so they can't really do a ton with it. So sack this, draw a card. We can't do anything here. We can chat to the Yawgmoth on our turn, so. Alright, we're gonna they can sack this and draw a card. We're gonna K command. Just deal 2 discard. Keep our Karn safe. We have flashbacks and Karn's next turn, so they can sacrifice this to the Yawgmoth and draw another card, which is fine. So we have Thoughtseize 2. So they discard a card. They draw a card, discard the worst card, then we can Thoughtseize their better card. We'll go kill Yawgmoth first. Lurrus. Okay. I need to shatter this and block the Geist somehow. So we can target this. Just gonna abrade it so I can cast Skydiver to the block. Kill that. I want to Thoughtseize too, actually. Oh man. Oh, this game's been so challenging. I'm a little tired out from like the holidays and stuff, but I feel like this game's been exhausting. So now this thing dies, it doesn't come back, obviously, so that's good for us. Sure. Sure. Wall roots all day. We gotta need more lands this game. We should have all this stuff to do with our mana. Grolf's Messenger, sure. So we don't really have a clean way to like exile that. I guess we can just get a Soul Guide Lantern and then K command it and then just get the graveyard again. Sure, whatever. Exile that. We're gonna hit one of their lands. Oops, I screwed up. I really screwed up actually. Oh no, I did. Never mind. We're right. I'm like out of it today. Shatter, deal 2. Shatter, deal 2. Trigger. Kill graveyards. Plus here. Say go. What did I do? Oh my god. We will eventually win. Assuming our talk doesn't run out. This is taking a long time. Let's get Batterskull next turn. Wreck Sage is annoying. Whatever. It's fine. Cast Coating from our graveyard. Cast Kolaghan command from our graveyard. We will eventually win this game. We should like complete the actions of doing it, so we're gonna beat down. Coating, get in there. Sure. Make our Batterskull a creature. All right, so we won. So definitely a long match. A little combination of me sort of learning my deck as well as trying to figure out what my opponent's deck is doing. And opponent had no interest in doing us any favors at all. Even that game's been over for like 4 turns. But deck's super sweet. This deck is awesome. Definitely a little slow in the closing speed. You know, we definitely have a kind of a prison thing going on with the Karns and the kill your lands and so on and so forth. And opponent didn't play anything that's like just universally good to steal with Skydivers, so we kind of had to just like beat them with Lurrus and Tutus. But deck is sweet. I'll endeavor to play a little faster. I'm sorry about that first match. I've also been kind of like pretty poop from the holidays, just really run down. But I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's a new year, and this deck's super awesome, and we're gonna power through it. That's sweet. Just like the inevitability of having coding in play is just really, really awesome. No cage is a little weird. No Grafdigger's Cage. I guess it does turn off like some of our own stuff. We can't play stuff. I guess we can't put like we can't flash things back and Lurrus things with cage in play. But I guess cage is obviously specifically good in that matchup where the graveyard's relevant and search and libraries is relevant. But you know, cage is good against their evolutions, their chords, and their undying creatures. It's like the perfect card for kind of a niche matchup. So that's okay. That's fine. Take sweet. All right, round 2. We have lost the die roll. That is okay. And of course, we just have like the old discard spell, Fatal Push plan going on, which is pretty great too. So definitely a tried and true, you know, way to do things in the modern format. Triome go off of a mulligan for our opponent. Let's see what they're up to. I should have used the Bauble probably. Let's see what they're doing first. Their hand is Growth Spiral, Euro, Cryptic Command. So really, really easy Growth Spiral here. Slows down their Cryptic, which is pretty great. We'll play Bauble. I'm just gonna Bauble them. We could have used it for like a pseudo Scribe, but their top card's Hinterland Harbor, sure. I guess I could have like Thoughtseize in their deck in theory, so we could like maybe have not drawn the card, but play Misty, say go. It's a lot of fatal pushes, unfortunately. It's not very good here. Could just like jam Skydiver, just like put something in play against their counterspell. It's not very exciting, honestly. Pretty poor draw steps here. I guess I didn't use my scry effectively, which is not great, but all right, let's just jam Skydiver. Ain't the best, but I think just putting something on the battlefield in the face is definitely like some sort of like, you know, might even be like a reclamation deck of some kind. Just Growth Spiral, Cryptic, Euro, etc. Probably. Hinterland Harbor, a little weird. Could be like one of like a blue-green Field of a Dead deck also. Fatal Push is probably not going to be good. That's the pretty clear thought process here. Oh, another try. So they're like, yeah, I think they're actually, I've seen this deck before. This is like just straight blue-green Titan. Because they're playing one of each Triome, Hinterland Harbor. There's your Euro. So this is probably bad for us, unless we can get Karn and Liquimetal Coating going pretty quick. It's obviously good if we draw Coating, I guess. We can just like Stone Rain them with our Abrades, but oh boy. Yeah. This probably isn't good for us. I think we're just jamming our Skydiver. Like, the problem is we're just not going to resolve Karn because they just have Cryptic Command in their hand. And they should lead up the rest of the game, so this feels bad, but 4 power and flying is not nothing. We can kill a Euro, so this puts pressure on them to actually like get a Titan off or something like that. Blast Zone. Believe it or Blast Zone my Skydivers? Oh no. Oh my god. Ugh. Rancid draws. Alright. Gonna pop that old Blast Zone up to 2. Take down my flying force here. Yep. So I guess we got a Star Rain after all, which isn't the worst, but now they're almost there on Euro too. I guess if they pop the Blast Zone in combat, we can resolve Karn probably. Maybe, maybe not. Kolaghan's command. Yeah. No, they're not going to do that. That's very fair. All right, let's just say go, I guess. All right, so they popped the Blast Zone. So we did Stone Rain them. You know, thank heavens for small victories. We can like end step K command, rebuy a 2/1. Definitely a sideboard match for us. We get our Ashioks, our Narset, our Aether Gusts, our Thoughtseize. Get an island, sure. And now they can Euro, which is actually really good for us. We have this push. Nope, they're gonna play Titan. Okay, we're dead. We're just gonna concede. Like, they've seen very little of our deck and don't really know what's going on. There's no point in showing them anymore. We have 3 pushes in our hand. They have a Titan. It's just not worth playing anymore. Our sideboard is good here, though, which is nice. We need to bring in Narset, Ashiok, Aether Gust, Thoughtseize. We have to cut all these terrible fatal pushes. We definitely want to cut some of the Abrades. I mean, it is like a shatter, but realistically, we just have Kolaghan's command and Skydiver for that, which is even better. So we can cut like this. We don't think we want Brutality. It's a Duress in a matchup where Duress is pretty good, but it is slow and clunky and doesn't really excite me very much. I think we're happy here. So they're just straight blue-green. Now we have ways to deal with their Titans and their Euros and a whole bunch of stuff. So Ashiok seems really, really good here. Maybe I want the discard spell, honestly. Maybe resolving Ashiok on 3 is just so important. We just want more Duresses. Take out the Abrade, and the ceiling on Skydiver is super high, which makes me happy. Cling to Dust is like specifically good against exactly. It's not even good against Euro because you don't even draw a card. You can shave a Lurrus. Lurrus isn't very exciting, honestly. This is fun. Let's try this. This should be like fine for us. We have a lot of discard spells and stuff. We should do like all our fatal pushes that game. Yeah, this is much better. So we get to keep this and go Thoughtseize into Coating into hopefully Command for Stone Rain, discard a card. Whew, that's nice. Put them all against 6. And again, they're not really sure what we're doing, unless they have like a real keen sense for looking at Magic Online deck lists, and the Skydivers gave it away, but alright. Thoughtseize you. Their hand is Our Search Spiral. So we're gonna take the search for tomorrow here. Ours the obvious business spell, but they mulligan and they're a little light on lands, so you probably get our Coating Shatters set up pretty quickly. Misty say go. Land? Not a land. Okay. Really would love to get the Coating online, but the Inquisition just hits the Growth Spiral. I'm an Inquisition here. There's no guarantee we draw a land next turn. Just take the Growth Spiral. I'm glad they didn't draw Veil of Summer, because that would have been terrible for us. They have land, hour. Sure. You can always duress the hour if we have to. Didn't draw land. So now do we Thought Scour for land or just play Coating? We just play Coating. Definitely want to draw runner lands here. Radiant Fountain, sure. I draw Euro too? Wow, good draw. Good draw. Alright, so now they have our Promise lined up, so we might need to play this discard spell if we can't Stone Rain them. Put in Sanctuary, sure. Man, we stink. She can't draw land. Aether Gusting the Hour Promise is just literally Time Walk. So maybe we're cool with that. Suppose let me can discard it. Because if we play Brutality and they have another hour in their hand or something like that, we're in big trouble. Well, I guess the Gust does answer Euro. Can't cast Euro yet anyway. I'll just say go. And if I do nothing, we just Thought Scour, which is great. So another Euro. Sure. Ghost Quarter. Sure. So they have 2 cards in hand. Thought Scour ourselves. Draw land here, please. We did it. So now they have 2 cards. Draw another Coating. We can kill the Triome. I guess they can like Ghost Quarter their own Triome for green though, which is actually kind of bad for us. So if I cast Hour Promise, we're gonna lose. Just like end of story. This is very awkward. This is very, very awkward. I think we have to Brutality. They can just cast a Euro next turn too, which is pretty terrible. But I think we have to cast Brutality. If we go to try and Stone Rain their Triome, they just Ghost Quarter it and cast Hour Promise. So, all right. Oops. There's no point in kicking it anyway, so. Or else did it like remand here or like negate, something like that. Wilt Hour Promise. That's annoying. Sure, take the Hour. Alright, I mean they have Wilt for my Coating, but I guess sure. We can Gust their Euro. There's a Forest. Well, there's their Euro. So they have 1 card and it's a Wilt. Didn't put a land in. Blue colorless. Untap. Inquisition of Kozilek. You can obviously cycle the Wilt. I mean, we're pretty happy like Aether Gusting the Euro, I suppose. We could just Shatter it too. They have 2 cards in hand. I feel like we're always 1 card behind here. If they just cast Euro next turn, it's like not the worst, honestly. Let's cast the Inquisition and see what they do. Dryad of the Elysian Grove, Wilt. Well, now we take the Wilt because we want to keep our Coating safe. And I guess we're just going to Gust the Euro after their draw step. Would be devastating if they drew a counterspell, but take Wilt. Yeah, so we'll say go, and then in their draw step, so they don't draw the Euro. Is them drawing Euro even bad? Yes, I don't know. Maybe I should have just done it in their upkeep or on my turn. Because like they draw Euro next turn, I think we're pretty happy with that. And if they drew a counterspell here, we're actually in huge trouble. All right, they put it on the bottom, so they just got rid of it. Oh my god, they drew Titan. That is so sick. All right, I guess we're dead. That was a really, really good draw. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, this game like really, really didn't work out for us. This matchup actually seems kind of cool if we could just like just draw our lands, you know. We just have like our deck's just full of Stone Rains. realistically, but we just never got any lands in play. It's like it's turn 6, you couldn't even cast Karn yet, so we're super dead. Yeah, now we drove a land, of course. Yeah, I mean we're dead as anything. We could like shatter the Titan, but we can't beat the field and the Valakut and the Dryad and the zombies. So all right, tough game there. Kind of just didn't draw any lands. Definitely not a very good draw game 1 either with all those fatal pushes. So definitely not an ideal set of draws, but seems like it should be a fine matchup for basically our Stone Rain deck. That's right. It happens. Obviously, having powerful cards like Titan in your deck, makes every draw step super live. Like, if they brick there, I think we might be okay. It's untap. Like, play with 2/4 and say go. We get to start shattering things with our things. We have the Karn ready to go. So if we can just, like, get it to a stable board state, we can play Karn, start killing their lands. So we certainly had things lined up there. We just didn't have any lands. So that's okay. That's okay. Round 3 on the draw. Thoughtseize, Coating. No red, but Abrade. We can keep this. Sounds pretty ideal. Overgrown Tomb. Shock, discard spell. Sure. We grinding. Take the Thoughtseize, sure. Alright, so we're gonna Bauble ourselves. Our top card is a discard spell, which we are like kind of interested in. We're just gonna play a Delta and say go. We'll see if we're interested or not. So we can draw Inquisition if we want to. Actually, gotta decide now. Does make our curve pretty awkward. If you want Coating on 2, Kolaghan's Command on 3, of Abrade. I don't think we want it, honestly. I mean, we can do better. Doesn't fit into our curve super well. So I should not have popped the Bauble, because now I can Thoughtseize the card that I drew. We drew a land, but a little sloppy. It's okay. Marsh Flats. Sacred Foundry. Oh boy, what is this? Wrenn and 6. We have no respect for colors, do we? Well, Wrenn and 6 is really good against us, because obviously it can return lands, so part of our plan is killing lands, but we can just Coating and kill the Wrenn and 6 with the Kolaghan's Command, so... Overgrown Tomb, Sacred Foundry, Wrenn and 6. Okay. Is this a Shadow deck? Is this like a Triome? Sure. Just saying go. Fatal Push. Alright, I mean, we're trying to K-Command. Unfortunately, it's already gained... This has already drawn them 2 cards, so like making them discard doesn't even do anything really, but we're just going to do that. We'll do it on their upkeep, I guess. Let's see what they do end step. I think we'd rather K-Command than make them discard. It's more mana efficient, so make us an artifact. Fire up the old Shatter Machine. So discard a card, destroy an artifact. Don't have a second Wrenn and 6, please. I mean, their mana base does look a little wonky, so we can start poking away at it with our braids and stuff. That would be pretty cool. Basic Forest. Ugh. Assassin's Trophy? That's gross. Okay. I could see considering Blood Chief's Thirst for this deck, because Red and 6 does seem really, really good against us. So they're going to play Marsh Flats, then return Verdant Catacombs? Sure. Yo. Where are my spells? I ain't kidding with you. Where are my spells? We have 19 lands in our deck. Another good Ashiok matchup, at least. I know what they're doing. Like, what's their plan here? They just shock? Are they a shadow deck? Like, what are they? What are you? Almost out of lands. Sure. A little pseudo scry here. Well, I guess we're going to do it on their turn. Pretty tough game so far. Pretty tough game. Liliana of the Veil. Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's a combo. Alright, so we're going to target ourselves. Our top card is a Polluted Delta. Don't want that one. Draw for Bauble. Draw for... Oh my god. So we play the Jace, they just kill it with the Liliana, obviously, and now they can just like ultimate their Ren and 6. And we just literally can't do anything. So I guess we're saying go. Tough game. Jeez. 19 land deck. Just draw all my lands. All of them. Never really gotten to see what their deck is either. Aside from just like some sort of weird Jundi deck. Bloodbraid Elf, sure. Cascade into Thoughtseize. Okay. Yeah, that plays, I guess. They can retrace their instants and sorceries. And they're going to flashback Inquisition. Yes, that's a thing you can do. Discarding a plane. So they're pretty committed to this white stuff. Right. I mean, they can just retrace. Yeah, we're just dead. All right. So I'm just playing their land for a little tilt value. All right. So we drew 100,000 lands and lost. That sucked. Ran in 6. We're gonna bring in our Ashioks. I guess we're kind of like a few fatal pushes. Like, they didn't show any Tarmogoyfs. They didn't show. I don't know what the white is for. They didn't. They actually just beat us with Ren and 6. Like literally, the card Ren and 6 beat us by itself. They didn't even do anything. You know, like I don't think we want another Thoughtseize. I mean, hitting Ren and 6 is pretty important. Maybe we do want Thoughtseize in the play. Honestly, you can cut like one of these Abrades. Maybe we'll cut 2 Abrades and leave in a push. Nah, pushes sucks. Let's call all the pushes actually. Leave the Abrades in. They could have Tarmogoyf or something like that, but we can steal it or kill it or whatever. We can exile their graveyard and stuff. I don't think we want Aether Gust. even though it does sort of answer Ren and 6. Seems pretty narrow. I still want narrow cards against a Thoughtseize deck. Let's try this. We could just like draw spells too. It'd probably be fine, you know? Sure. This is like okay. So we want to Thought Scour ourselves. We can use that as our pseudo scry, but we can't. We'll have to bauble them on our turn and then decide if we're going to Thought Scour on their turn, which plays into their discard spell, which isn't great, but play bauble. Yeah, so we have to do this on our turn because we need to look at our top card. If we like it, draw it and say go. And if we don't like it, Thought Scour it and then say go. So this leaves us open to a Thoughtseize, but our hand's pretty gassy anyway, so we kind of just want to draw lands. Top card's Kolaghan's Command. I would say we don't want that one. So we're going to play Island, Thought Scour ourselves, and hit a land, which is great. I think lands are good here. It's very awkward that I can't cast Lurrus, but draw a Bauble, sure. Just shock and say go? What? Draw Abrade, okay. Alright, I guess we're playing Bauble. Nothing we can draw off the Bauble that stops a Ren and 6. Or really does anything, I think. I think we should play Blood Crypt tapped. What is going on? They're like surgical or something? Like what is happening? Guess we'll like look at their card on their turn, see what they draw. Top card's Overgrown Tomb, sure. We should have Ren and 6 again. God, I hate Ren and 6. Nope. Stony Silence. Oh, okay, that's kind of annoying, I guess. Nardex just... Yeah, it's actually really annoying. Yeah, we have like no way to remove that. That card is surprisingly good against us. We can't use our cards. This is just an abomination. Alright, sure, I guess. I mean, can like K command revive a Jace, which is kind of cool, I guess. Lurrus can play Bauble that can't do anything. What a card against us. Jeez, it's hard to see him playing so long, I feel like. Return Jace, deal 2 to Liliana. Say go. We have just no way to deal with that. Wow. So much of our... we can deal with literally anything. Oh my god. We can deal with literally anything because we can turn it into an artifact and just shatter it. But except for Stony Silence, which obviously can make it so our coatings don't work. This is an unmitigated disaster. Like, what a disastrous deck for us. The Stony Silence Ren and 6 deck. Man, they're really out to get us. I don't even know what to do. I don't think we have any way to actually win. We could like Karn for a Batterskull and like just try and beat them with that, I guess. I also wouldn't mind a Wormcoil on the board, honestly. It's for scenarios that we just need a fair card. Yeah, we just like can't do anything. That's amazing. They played it and I was kind of like, whatever, it's Stony Silence, but like it actually turns off our entire deck. It's almost humorous how good it is against us. It's like never gonna work. I guess we can get Pithing Needle in theory. We should do that next turn though. I feel like they still haven't shown us any cards in their deck. Like, the only cards we've seen are Red and 6, Liliana. That's basically it. Wow. This is an ambitious mana base. Okay. Skyclave Apparition, Red and 6, Liliana. Maybe Triomes were a mistake. Maybe Triomes were a mistake. Well, we can obviously kill that. And they should have infinite lands in their hand. Just kill this and play Jace, I guess. Get a 4/4. Lordy, lordy, lord. Skyclave, Liliana of the Veil, Red and 6. Shocking. Okay. Another Skyclave Apparition. Sure. And a Tarmogoyf. Okay. I mean, I guess. Draw Thieving Sky. If only we could make the Tarmogoyf into a creature, we could steal it. Can't even play Batterskull. We can, like... No, it doesn't really work either. God, all of our cards do nothing. I bored those Fatal Pushes out. I just figured I mean, we have Coating and Skydiver and Shatters. I figured that would be a reliable source of removal, but I didn't figure the old Stony Silence was coming in. Just play Jace, I guess? Like, I don't even know. I'm not sure how we're supposed to win. Sure. Oh, man. My kingdom for a Blood Moon. No attacks? Another Coating. Great. Oh, my lordy lord. Maybe our Skydiver can just go coast to coast. I guess it just dies to Ren and 6, but oh boy, this is like an actual nightmare matchup. I couldn't imagine a worse matchup. Stony Silence, Skyclaves, Ren and 6. I'm just gonna next match. I don't play anymore. All right, they got us. They got us. The Stony Silence, Skyclave, Ren and 6 stuff that got us. Rough few rounds there. Rough few rounds. Jeez. Haters. Haters. Stony Silence. It's funny because there's so few artifacts in our deck too. Like, we only have 7, you know, but all right, we're back on track here. Win the die roll. Let's go. This deck is super sweet. This is not the way this should be going right now. Come on, Craig. Let's go. Scrambled good boy. Don't forget, folks, there's a companion article to this video and all my videos here on CoolStuffInc.com. Check it out on CoolStuffInc.com proper. I do a video Monday, article Friday. Things have been a little thrown off because of the holidays, of course, but we'll get back on schedule with the new year. We're going to keep the sands pretty good. Let's see what they're up to. We can... So like with Bauble, we've decided we want to like Bauble and Scry or not, but we want to get the information from Inquisition maybe. Let me still Bauble Scry though. I like Fine Coating. Top card is Abrade. I don't think we want that. So let's get a Blood Crypt. Fire off the old discard spell. And they are playing Rakdos Shadow. So Shadow Scourge, Soul Scar Mage, Thoughtseize, Dart, Blessing. As a pretty good hand. Take the Thoughtseize. I think our Jace is pretty important. So Segio. Really want to steal a Shadow with the Skydiver, I'm not gonna lie. Draw Swamp. Could be better, but sure. Mire. Gonna play Soul Scar Mage here, most likely. K command, which is kind of nice. Play Jace, there you go. They could dart and sack to kill the Jace, but right, no blocks. They're going to Lava Dart themselves. Okay. Suppose I respect that. All right, it's untap, draw. They have no land either. We have Karn. So I think I'm pretty happy K commanding this Soul Scar Mage. Question being, making them discard is like almost irrelevant because they have 5 spells in their hand, no lands, so it doesn't really matter that much. We also might want to flip this Jace. We could just cling the Dart, just draw a card, and then flash back a discard spell too. That's not bad. We don't like need to kill the Soul Scar Mage really. Although then we would lose our Jace. We could also plus the Jace on the Soul Scar Mage. Kind of waste our turn though. Could also discard the Skydiver and just get it back. That's also, I mean, it means Jace doesn't flip. Definitely want to get Karn going. Definitely don't want them to damage themselves and don't want to take any more damage. I'm going to loot first and see what happens. Probably going to pitch the Skydiver, honestly, and just get it back with Kolaghan's command. I think that us drawing a card is better than them discarding a card. So there's your coating. That's pretty nice. Does that mean we're interested in not playing? Yeah, we want Kolaghan's command now or Karn to kill Verland. So we actually want to discard the Skydiver now. Do we? Yeah, we're going to get it back anyway later. So let's cling their Dart and play Coating. Discard this. Let's cling Dart. We drew a Abrade. Cool. And play Coating. And now I think we're off to the races, so pretty good hand with a Coating in play. They'll soon become accustomed to wearing skin that is not their own. Snow-covered mountain. So not a fetch land. Can pump up the shadow here. They got 5 cards in hand. We know Scourge, Shadow, Apostle's Blessing. I mean, like, obviously we played Coating. Things look weird. Skydiver in our graveyard. Things look a little weird, I suppose. But, I mean, we can just, like... All right, they're going to play Sispear? Sure. So they're leaving up Apostle's Blessing. They still have to protect creatures, though. Yeah, Artifact creature, sure. So now we can, like... Was you Fatal Push, too? Wow, that's pretty good. So now we can just Stone Rain their Blood Crypt and just win the game, basically, I think. We have push available too. We're gonna Jace and flip here. We'll plus on one of the creatures. We can discard Delta. I think having push, Abrade, K command is all really good. We're gonna Abrade their Blood Crypt on their turn and then have push up as well. Discard this. Plus here. Okay, and then we'll just we should just do it now, actually, right? Shatter. They're gonna float a red, sure. We can also push this Soul Scar Mage post-combat, too, if we want to. Lava Dart targeting me. Sure. So they get to get a little extra Lava Dart value here. Pretty aggressive to target me, honestly. So they have 3 cards in hand. They are exactly Shadow, Scourge, Blessing. And they have a -1/2 Monastery Sispear. All looks pretty good for us. Delta, sure. So we're going to play Delta. I think we're just going to plus on Sispear, say go, and then we're going to K-command their Mountain on their upkeep and return my Skydiver so you can steal their next thing. This is awesome. You can just play Karn too, I guess. This is more fun. This is good. End step, Lightning Bolt targeting me. Sure. I mean, they got a long way to go before this really plays out for them. So we're about to be at 8. Destroy an artifact. Return. I guess I gotta kill the Sispear in response too, but return a creature. Destroy target artifacts. Return Skydiver. Destroy this. Sure. That was a sweet game. They obviously missed the land drop, but we get to bring in our... I mean, Brutality is good against the prowess creatures, but not against the shadow creatures. We don't like really want Thoughtseize. It's kind of like important to like get their things, even though Thoughtseize is kind of awkward. I guess Brutality. We don't really have much like. I feel like we've been a little short on resources in some of these games where we don't really have extra cards or extra lands. Maybe discarding the Brutalities, that's not a good idea. Maybe just stand pat, honestly. Stand pat or bring in Thoughtseize and cut something that's clunky. Maybe cut like Lurrus is good. It's definitely slow. Skydiver. Funny they're playing Bowmite Courier. We just steal our Courier. Some of these decks play Bowmite Courier. Breed. Got a K command, maybe. I'm never gonna thought he's gonna cut a K command. K command is like our slowest card by like a lot. Let's try this. Opponents on the play. Oh boy, that is a hand. That is a hand of Magic cards. We're gonna mulligan. Love mulling. It's Thoughtseize deck. We're gonna keep this, I guess, and ship one of the Karns. Maybe we should ship Lurrus, actually. Try and keep one of our Karns around a Thoughtseize. This is bad. This is a really, really bad hand. We're probably in huge trouble here. If their hand is even remotely playable, we're probably just dead. But we can't go to 5, I don't think. Soul Scar Mage. Fatal Push. We want to say Fatal Push for the Shadows and the Scourges. We can actually kill them, so we should play Land Go here. Trying to braid the Soul Scar Mage if possible. Bloodstained Mire, sure. Bauble, sure. Nothing. Okay. Scour. We get Jace, Coating, and Drew Inquisition. Alright, that's not the worst. Okay, command. I mean, like, pretty awkward, but them not doing anything is kind of cool for us. Their hand is Blessing, Crash Through, love it. Shadow, Land. It stinks is like, if we just had the red source, we'd take the Blessing. We had the Abrade for the Soul Scar and the push for the Shadow. But I think we're just going to take the Shadow here. I mean, like, they can protect their Soul Scar, but we can just, like, play around that over multiple turns. So, do we need to draw lands? That's definitely a thing. Crash Through, sure. I like Crash Through a lot. I think it's like a super underrated card. Just like so good in prowess decks, and giving trample to your Death Shadow is also awesome. I haven't actually seen Crash Through in this deck before, but I love it. 8 prowess creatures and Crash Through. It's the dream. Bauble again. Ugh. I don't think there's much we can actually draw off the Bauble. We should just probably say go and do it on their turn. I don't really want to push their Soul Scar Mage. Still have Lurrus waiting in the wings too, which is kind of annoying. I probably should have targeted them with the Bauble, but Suspire, ugh. Lava Dart. Oh boy. No way they flash it back. No way. Not a chance. Oh my god, I respect them a lot. Their top card is Lightning Bolt. Ugh. This is not a good spot here with only 2 lands in play. A bunch of cards you can't cast. I think we actually catch push now because make them waste their Blessing and shuffle the Bolt away. Untap and draw like K command maybe, or maybe a red source for K command or Abrade. Steam Vents, Bloodstained Mire, mega awkward. They They have 2 cards in hand. Maybe we just like K-command them, discard a card, kill a creature, and just hope we can just get them next turn. We're at 7, which is not ideal. So discard, deal 2. Returning Jace isn't bad, but I guess Jace next turn is not the worst. We can go Jace, but we have Karn too. You know, just discard to kill this. Their hand is Mire. All right, their hand is 1 card. It's not Mire. It's also like by getting rid of the land, they can't Lurrus us easily. So Agadeem the Undercrypt tapped. It's a little weird. Feel like shocked it hadn't gotten Lurrus. All right, I mean we're gonna Abrade here and just hope it's good enough. So no second Apostle's Blessing. I guess that's at the end of the world if they have it. They do. All right, so sure. 0 cards in hand. We have a Karn that's pretty hard to defend. They can get Lurrus. Or draw Spear. Not cool. Not cool at all. All right. We're gonna get Karn. Can get Ensnaring Bridge, but doesn't work. So we have all these cards in our hand. We probably just get Batterskull, honestly, and just hope we can stick it. Hope I don't draw Bolt either. I mean, considering how bad this game started, like, we're kind of doing fine, you know? We have a lot of big draws, too, but... Lava Tart. No. All right, that kills us. All right, so that game kind of sucked. We'll draw lands this game. It'd be fine. Definitely had some problems this league drawing lands or drawing not lands, but that's okay. We're fine. Maybe I want K-Command over Skydiver. The ceiling on Skydiver is super high, but the floor is pretty low, whereas K-Command's always fine. Yeah, I kind of like that. Like, I really, really want to steal a Death Shadow or whatever, but seems tough. Going first. Well, found our lands we couldn't find last game. Bottom mulligan 6. Going to 5. Okay, this is fine, I guess. Gotta get rid of 2 cards here. Oh, man. We really want the Bauble with the Lurrus. We want the Thought Scour with the Jace. We could just keep Jace, Lurrus, push, and just like figure it out, and without the filler cards. Which I kind of honestly don't hate. Like, we'll draw more filler cards. They're going to have, like, removal spells and stuff, too. They mull to 6. Hopefully their hand's not good. We got to keep the push. Like, Jace and Lurrus are the cards that actually, like, get us back in the game off our mull to 5. So, let's just do this. Play Delta, say go. Get Steam Vents, you know, and just hope it's good. I guess if they, like, Thoughtseize my Jace, maybe we don't even fetch. Bauble, sure. Wow. I mean, our Jace is 100% dead, but... Bauble? Alright, that's not the worst. Guess we'll wait on it. There's no reason to rush the Bauble. So play Jace. It's gonna die to Bolt or something, but... They're gonna look at their own card. And they're gonna crack their fetch. Shock. Ugh. Annoying. I don't know why I did that. I just whatever. The top card is Lava Dart. Sure. So I guess they would just take Lurrus anyway. They have a discard spell. So oh no, come on. Like getting Steam Edge was definitely right. This is the one card in our deck. I guess we have 2 islands too, but oh, can't get Watery Grave there. Crash through. That's a good sign. Please draw a source that can cast Lurrus. Please draw a source that can cast Lurrus. Oh no. Oh my god, this league. Karn, sure. We cast Lurrus by Bauble there. I'm actually feeling really good about things. End step bolt me? That's aggressive. I mean, that probably means they have a Scourge. Alright, this is fun. Sure. I'll buy that for $1. Please happen to draw land here, please. Now they wasted 2 bolts. They can't target Karn or Lurrus. Draw Jace. Sure. Jace is pretty good. Threatens the flashback Fatal Push. Agademe. Shadow. And they probably have a Blessing too, because they just played this thing into their push. Oh, 3rd Lightning Bolt. Come on. Alright. Scalding Tarn. I mean, I guess we did it. I mean, I guess they're playing Lurrus because, like, they've already burned 3 bolts. I mean, they have a Lava Dart in their hand that we know about, but if we get a Karn, like, what are we even doing? Like, maybe Ensnaring Bridge? But let's get Lurrus. Just take our value off our Bauble. There's no card I can draw. Yeah, no card I can draw that I would cast. I guess I could cast the Thought Scour. I'd want to draw that. Yeah, I guess we'll just target them now, whatever. If they Thoughtseize, they're taking the Karn, so. Top card is Suspire. Sure. That's like not the worst. That's not bad. Has the potential to be bad if they have a protection spell or something like that, or a fetch. I mean, a lot of things make it bad, but Suspire, sure. Lava Dart the Lurrus and flash it back. All right. I think this means that I can comfortably K-command the Shadow, which is actually pretty cool. They have 1 card left. It basically has to be Apostle's Blessing to make it to. Let's see what we draw. Let's see what we draw. It's not a land on their side. It's a spell, but it's not black. So there's Shadow. Oh my god. Coating. Oh. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And we are dead to so many things here. If we could play Coating and Kolaghan's Command, it'd be insane. We could like Shock 1, Shatter 1, we'd be in amazing shape. We just don't have time to play either. We could play Karn and just get Ensnaring Bridge and just hope we don't die. We die to any fetch land, any shock land, any burn spell, like any cantrips or redraw that pumps this thing up. Like, there are very, very few cards that don't kill us. But like, I don't know what else we're doing. We could like K command on their draw step, kill a shadow. Still taking a whole bunch of damage and don't really have a good play next turn. Ugh, this is brutal. And if we get Ensnaring Bridge, we can't even empty our hand, effectively. If we don't draw a land, we can't play all of our cards. I guess we have to draw step, Kolaghan's Command. This stinks. Everything in this league has been, like, so short. It's like a little bit short. Mana short here, card short there. Alright. Well, here we go. Target player discards, deal 2. Don't have drawn like anything. They could like lava dart themselves here to save it. They could we're just drawing so thin and just don't have any choices. Discarded a land. It was a swamp actually, so that would have actually not killed us. It's one of the few bricks. But alright. Let's draw like an Abrade. Or a push. Not a discard spell. Definitely not that one. Alright, well, we are almost assuredly dead. I'm going to get Ensnaring Bridge, and I'm going to say a prayer. They draw Swamp again. We're drawing super thin here. 1 black. Thoughtseize. That kills us. Man, these have been some tough matches. These have been some tough matches. Just mulligans and awkward draws, and it does feel like we're a little short a lot, which is obviously like, you know, probably partly on the deck. Having to cast Coating and then cast Kolaghan's Command is a little tough. So there's a lot of mana. Maybe we want like a few more discard spells or a few more cheaper cards to kind of like bridge the gap a little bit. But we also have drawn very badly at times. We've you know, mulliganed to 5 and we've just drawn all lands or no lands and so on and so forth. But it just feels like we should be able to protect our Karn a little better. Like, swap a K command for a Thoughtseize, swap a Skydiver for like a push. I guess the pushes are not great all the time. You can also play Serum Visions over Thought Scour, try and like put things together better. The instant speedness of Thought Scour doesn't matter for us. And obviously putting cards in the graveyard is pretty cool, but alright, this hand's fine. We can keep this. Another Lurrus deck? Sure. Alright, so we're going to look at our top card and decide if we're going to fetch or not. Our top card is Abrade. I don't think we want that. Swamp. Discard. And they are playing Bitter Blossom. Bitter Blossom, Thoughtseize, Mishra's Bauble. So we'll take Thoughtseize and then take their Bitter Blossom next turn. Works for me. The old Bitter Blossom. Hitting them with the old Bitter Blossom. There's the Bauble. And the Bauble. Targeting themselves. Play Misty. It's a good sign. Heh. Scrybug. Guess we're gonna discard spell, take their Bitter Blossom. Imagine if they had Spell Pierce here, how sick that would be. They have Drown in the Lock. That is a 2-mana counterspell. But just take Bitter Blossom. I guess we'll upkeep. See what they draw, but protect our card against discard. Floodstrand, sure. Alright, so they have Drown available, which is kind of annoying, but try to work around that one. Or just draw a bunch of land, sure. Another Bauble. Just Bauble, 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 Bauble. Strange. Bauble. Skydiver. Alright, just say go, I guess. There's no real reason to play a spell into their Drown the Lock. Alright, so there's Dimir. Instead of Thought Scour. Targeting me? Sure. Gotta make sure that Drown the Lock's powered up, I guess. And another Bitter Blossom. Sick. Okay. Bitter Blossom and Drown the Lock up. Pretty annoying. Alright, I mean, I guess we're just playing Karn and getting a counter. This is fine. Let's play another Karn. They have 3 cards in hand. And they have Grave Tarn. Or they have Grave card. Mystic Sanctuary. That's a miserable magic card. For Drama Lock, sure. And put Lurrus in hand. Alright. Oh, I'm allowed of oh, they milled the oh no, that's all of our. Where's our Watery Grave? Oh, we milled it. Okay. Sure. Island it is, I guess. So drawing Drown the Lock next turn. It sure would suck if they had another counterspell, but we actually can't do literally anything about it. So Karn. Just not happening in this league, folks. Just not happening. Can't buy a W. Now I just have Lurrus and a counterspell. Yeah. This game's pretty over. Alright. I mean, K command is not bad. Guess we'll start by attempting to Abrade this and see if they counter it. They do not. Which is pretty smart, honestly. Alright, I mean, I don't really know what we're drawing here, but I guess like another coating. Thought Scour targeting themselves. We have no creatures to return. We have 3 cards in hand. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty dead here. I guess we're like just gonna cast K command and let them counter it and like just hope we draw something. I don't even know. Target player discards, kill one of these fairies. Just discard a land, sure. I'm not sure what we're drawing to, honestly. I mean, Jace is fine. We just can't beat these fairies. Like, I just don't think it matters. They're going to drown my Thoughtseize. They just have a cryptic command in their hand probably too. Spell Snare. All right. Pretty tough game. Pretty tough game. This deck did 5-0 league, so, you know, just saying. All right, we're going to want our Thoughtseize. Shave a Skydiver. I mean, Narset is like kind of cool, but if they just have Bitter Blossom, they can just answer it. Nothing else does anything. Yeah, I think this is like okay. All right. Well, we're keeping 7. That part's cool, right? The question is, do we Thought Scour them? Because they obviously have Drama Lock in their deck. I think we do. Mishra's Bauble. Targeting themselves. Mishra's Bauble. Targeting me. Mishra's Bauble. Targeting themselves. Land. Fetch. Okay. Spell Pierce, Thought Scour. I mean, they just like definitely have Spell Snare here. Lots of boobles. Fatal Push. I think we're just gonna cling. Resolving Coating is like really, really important. And they play Bitter Blossom this turn, we can resolve the Coating and just kill it, which is awesome. So I've been arguing for just playing a tap land there, trying to get them to resolve it, but right, I'm gonna eat my own card to draw a card, draw Skydiver. Okay. Okay. This ain't too shabby. Resolve Coating. Play this tapped and just say go. We could try and steal the Bitter Blossom next turn. That'd be really cool. Maybe we'll try and kill it on their turn and see if they counter it and try and steal it on our turn. K command, 3 cards in hand. They would definitely counter that, I think. So let's just say go. We are giving them a free token, but it's not free, I guess. Nope, they're gonna play Snapcaster Mage here and go for the old Thought Scour, which is fine by me. So now we get to shatter and shock the Snapcaster Mage, which is awesome. It's targeting me. I guess I'll let it resolve. Let's see if we want to get a creature we want back. Oops. So, nope. All right, we're going to make this an artifact. Don't have Force Negation. We got Shatter, deal 2. Love it. Love it. Cling to Dust, my Cling to Dust. Sure. Sure, you got me. You win this round. Okay. They have 6 cards in hand. Oh my god. Oh. Second Coating, not as good as the first. I think we're going to try and upkeep, kill their land. Mystic Sanctuary tapped. Probably didn't mean to do that. Soaring Thought Thief? Yeah, I'm better off just like killing their stuff. We definitely need to kill this, obviously. We're going to push that for sure. Do I want to abrade the land, or... I mean, I want to get to a point where I can just start stealing their lands with Skydiver, I guess. 5? I don't know if this is right or not. Similar land. Yeah, like you also want to resolve Karn too, like Mishra's Bauble. Like it just like they just have 5 cards in hand. They just have so many more cards than we do. Like they still have Lurrus looming too. They're gonna drown the lock my Mishra's Bauble. That is absurd. Alright, well I'm gonna try and steal their land now. I mean like they could easily have Spell Snare or something, but like I'm just going to go for it. They like assuredly have Spell Snare, but there's another Drama Lock, just something, anything. Jesus. I mean, we seem to have given them the right mix of lands and spells here. We've killed a land or two, but like they just have just enough lands to keep playing all their cards, but also all spells. Yeah, we're in big trouble here. Karn? Alright. Alright. Don't twist my arm, you know? Oh, I screwed up. I was supposed to coating them on their upkeep, obviously, so they can't play a land. I just spaced out. That's really bad. That was really, really bad. I guess they drew a black source anyway, so like it's like I stopped them. Oh my god, that was bad. Ugh. Now what? Now what indeed? Oh man. Just get Batterskull and pray, I guess. Like, just port 2 over lands in the upkeep. Oh, what am I doing? Sure. So, like, let that resolve. We'll try and go to their draw step, see if they use it or not. Oh my god. Oh. I think that's it, folks. Sorry I play kind of loose this league, folks. I am just shot. I've just been so shot the last like week or two. Just absolutely shot. I do think we've run pretty bad this league, but this deck might also be a little sketchy, and we just haven't played super great either. Oh, yeah. I mean, this deck did 5-0 league, so you know there is precedent here. You know, it's not my deck. 5-0 league. I took it from the deck dump. Like, it does seem pretty clunky. Like, you probably want to have like 3K commands, 3 Abrades, 2 Skydivers and play like more Thoughtseize, a few more cheap cards. I think Serum Visions over Thought Scour could be reasonable. Like, there's so many games we just drew 2 lands or 10 lands, and like a card like Serum Visions would help with that out a little bit. The Lurruses weren't great, honestly. There was also like no redundancy on the Liquimetal Coating, so we didn't draw Coating. A lot of our cards like weren't really great. I don't know what else could fit that redundancy hole. I also wish we could just like play the Karns faster. Like, this deck could like not be blue, maybe. Like, what if this deck was like, you know, Rakdos or even like maybe green, try and cast the Karns faster. It felt like we were just short on mana a lot. Or we had a million lands, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really sure, honestly. Deck looks super fun. Maybe it's going a little too deep with like the Skydivers and stuff. Obviously, Abrade and Kolaghan's command are fine by themselves, but deck seems cool. I'm sure, you know, with better opening hands and runs, a little tighter play, so that could do a lot better, obviously. But definitely a cool deck. Definitely a fun deck to showcase. That's all I got. I don't know. I'm a little sad, honestly. When I saw this deck, I was like, I am playing this deck for my video, and it's gonna be freaking awesome. And reality expectation kind of thing, you know. I gotta go get the reality stone or something. But that's what I got, folks. Thanks for watching so much. I appreciate it. I'm Jim Davis for CoolStuffInc.com. Use promo code Jim5 5% off your order on CoolStuffInc.com, as well as a free Jim Davis Cowboy token with your order. And you're all great. I love you all. Happy New Year, everyone. And I'm looking forward to a really exciting year with doing content with cool stuff and my own content. And it's going to be a good year. All right, folks? I love you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.